Hey coders, welcome. From today we are going to have fun with Java. Now programming is not going to be boring anymore. I know, friends, this happens in a lecture.
Growing up on Long Island, there was a cerebral palsy fair a few blocks away from my house, and they announced that they would donate $2,000 to cerebral palsy for anyone that broke a Guinness record. So at first I wanted to ride the roller coaster at Coney Island, so I called Coney Island, and they said, hey kid, take a hike at 12 years old, we're not going to let you strap yourself into the cycle.
But I bet, here, you are not going to feel bored. By the way, who will feel bored when these two girls are with us? So now stop staring at them. And let's begin. Okay, so now, before starting this video series, you must have some basic knowledge of C programming, like you must know what are operators, what is looping and arrays, kind of stuff. Because it will be easy to understand and go through. Let's have overview of what we are going to understand by the end of this video. First we are going to know what is Java and some facts about it. Then we will have a look at what is the basic difference between the procedural language and the object-oriented language. We will also understand the basic terms of object-oriented programming, like what is object, class, instance, and method. And we will end the video with a small story. Before starting, let's see how popular is Java among other programming languages. This is the TIOBA Programming Community Index. IT indicates of the popularity of programming languages. This is TIOBA Index of March 2019, and Java topped the chart. So we can say that it's bit worth learning Java. Okay, so now let's begin with some facts about Java. Java is one of the most popular programming languages and is used to create web applications, Android application, and much more. One of the main reasons why Java is so popular among other programming languages is that it allows developers to write code that would run on any machine, regardless of architecture or platform. Java was developed by Sun Microsystems, which was later occupied by Oracle. Java was not designed for creating web application. It was made for developing programs for set-top box and similar other embedded devices, but later, due to various fascinating features, it became one of the most popular language. Some of the biggest application of Java are 1. Desktop GUI applications. 2. Mobile applications. 3. Embedded systems. 4. Web applications. 5. Web servers and application servers. And the most important thing about Java is that it is object-oriented programming language. Before starting learning Java, you might be thinking, why should I learn Java? I already know C. So let's see how procedural languages like C are different from object-oriented language like Java. In object-oriented programming language, the main program is decomposed in small parts called objects. In Procedural programming language, the main program is decomposed in small parts called function. Modifications are easy as objects stay independent. Modification of the complete program is very difficult and it may affect the whole code. It's suitable for solving big problems. It's not at all good for health and brain to write such complex problems with procedural language. It needs courage to do such things. The main feature that separates object-oriented from procedural language is that object-oriented languages can provide security to your application, as data is hidden in 3 modes: public, private, and protected. Where in procedure-oriented language there is no such thing as data security. Now let's go to some technical stuff and let's understand what is object, class, instance, and method. Let's understand class, object, instance, and method by an example. Have a look at this cute little dog. Now here the dog is the class. And the state of the dog, that is what dog already has or know about itself, is called instance or the state. Like color of the dog, name of the dog, its breed, size, and all such informative things. Similarly, the method is what the dog does. That is the behavior of the dog and what all activities it does. Like barking, playing, running, wagging its tail, and all such activities. What all behavior and state that the class has, collectively forms object. And class can be described as the template or blueprint to the object. Now have a look at this example and answer the questions. This is a human being with the stuff that he does or he possess, like name, dance, learn, date of birth, speak, gender. Now let's answer some questions similar to the previous examples. Among all, what could be the name of the class? You got it absolutely right. The name of the class is of course human being. Now what will be the instances or states among them? Remember, instance is what person already possess. So here instance will be name, date of birth, and gender. Now guess what will be the methods. Remember, method is what the person does. So in this example the methods will be dancing, learning, and speaking. And all these instances and methods collectively forms the object. Hope you have answered all the questions correctly. And you should have been correct because this is not the rocket science. From the above two example we can summarize all the stuff in following way. Class has methods, instances, and the main function. While methods and instance combines and forms the object. Thousands of classes can be made in a single program in Java. And just like C, it's necessary to have the main function in the program. I know understanding what is object-oriented programming is bit difficult. So let's understand it by a story. Isn't it exciting? Once upon a time in a software company, two programmers were given the same spec and told to build it. The really annoying project manager forced the two coders to complete, by promising that whoever delivers first is going to get a prize. The spec was, there will be different shapes like square, triangle, and a circle. When the user clicks on the shape will rotate 360 degrees and play the audio sound. Out of two programmers, one was Stuart, who used to work on Java, the object-oriented language, and the other one named Kevin, who used to work on the Procedural language like C. So let's see what they did. The tall guy standing here is Kevin. I think he is quite famous as we all know him. And this is Stuart. He is a very smart guy. Now let's go to the Kevin's desk. Kevin has done this gazillions time before, so he wrote rotate and play sound within no time. Now let's have a look at Stuart's code at the cafe. Stuart wrote class for each of the three shapes. Stuart took bit a long time than Kevin as he wrote the three different classes. Kevin thought he nailed it. But wait, there has been a spec change.
Technically, Kevin, you were first. But there has been a slight spec change. The new spec is that there will be an amoeba shape on the screen with the other shapes. When the user clicks on the amoeba, it will rotate like others and play .hif sound.
Kevin gets bit annoyed, as you can see. But Stuart is just chilling at the beach with his beautiful girlfriend because he is an object-oriented guy. The rotate procedure will work for Kevin, but the whole play sound has to be changed. But Stuart smiled, sipped his margarita and wrote one new class. Something he loved about object-oriented was that he didn't have to touch the already written code. Before they go to submit the code, the project manager came and said,
Actually, I forgot to mention in the spec that amoeba should not rotate along its center.
What the project manager forgot to mention. Amoeba rotation point in Kevin and Stuart's version. Where amoeba point actually should be. Really working in the corporate world is really a headache. The procedural programmer cannot survive through this disaster. But the object-oriented guy didn't bother about such things. Now let's have a look at Kevin's desk. Kevin was just blown off, as his whole code was affected and has to modify his whole code. Now let's go to Stuart's laptop on his lawn chair. But as Stuart wrote the class for each of the shape, he don't have to change the whole code, he just have to change the specific class without touching the whole other code. So guys, what do you think? Who wins? I know it's a silly question, but still, mention me in the comments who might have won and got the prize. And guys, do subscribe so you can watch more amazing stuff like this.
अच्छी बात बोली, आपको अच्छी लगी, तो ऐसे थोड़ा मार दीजिए हाथ, आप थोड़ा सा मार दीजिए, कष्ट हो रहा है आपको, अगर अच्छी लगी मार दीजिए। अच्छी बात बोली।